Hey everyone, so we're gonna talk hoop sizes today because you wouldn't realize the size of the hoop, how much it affects a different trick. So, a really big hoop, okay, is gonna have a slower rotation. It takes longer to go around. So, these are ideal for like on body tricks because it gives you a lot of space also inside the hoop. So, you see how easy it is? I'm not moving a lot. If you circle with the hoop, it helps too. And then, like I said, it gives you all the space where you can go up, down. Okay, so this is a 38-inch 3/4 tape tube. Then I have this one, which is a little bit smaller, good bit smaller actually. Not quite as much room right here. It's a smaller hoop, so it'll have a quicker rotation. See, you have to move much faster like this. It takes more effort to keep it up. The more advanced that you get, the easier on body hooping will be with smaller hoops. So just something to think about. If you ever decide to order a hoop, really having two different sizes, a large one and one like this that reaches up to about the top of your leg would be a good place to start. That way you can try all the different tricks and it'll be easy that way. This one's even smaller. Okay, this one's probably going to be difficult for me to waist hoop with, but I'm going to try. You see how much faster I have to move? So most hoops can be waist hooped with experience. And if you get a hoop from Walmart or in the kids section, it'll probably be something closer to this size, which is not a good size for an adult. If you're trying to learn tricks and stuff, you can order hula hoops from me. I actually custom make them myself at www.idreamofhoops.co, and you can use code HoopDreams to save. So once you get the waist hooping down, the next trick that you'll more than likely want to learn is the weave. It's a simple trick. It does take some time to adjust. You grip the hoop, palm up like this, grab it, then you push the hoop forward, extending your wrist, let it slide to the other side, and over. It's like a turn of the wrist, if you can see that. So the hoop goes here, and here, and here, and here. I like to keep my grip a little loose on it, so I'll just hold it like this. That's usually the second trick that most people like to learn. People think that this trick, isolation, it looks really easy to some people, but it's actually one of the more difficult tricks. So I would not recommend this if you don't have patience as a beginner, but you want to start somewhere. So what you do is you hold the hoop at the bottom, come right here to the side. At this point, your wrist will be strained and there's nowhere else that you can go. So you'll have to let go and let the hoop slide over the back of your hand to the other side of the hoop on the opposite end, and then bring it back down. The main thing you want to do is make sure the hoop stays at the same level, like looks like it's being isolated. You can see mine has a slight dip. Most people do. They have a slight dip. If you move around with it, it makes it harder to see. You'll perfect your dip into your flow. It's just one of those things as a hooper. You know, we all struggle. We all learn differently. So don't ever give up. Just keep going. I've been hooping for 10 years, and it's honestly one of the best things that's ever happened to me. I hoop when I'm happy. I hoop when I'm sad. I hoop just for fun. So another easy trick for a beginner will be, you want to hold the hula hoop with your hands like this, okay? At the top, then it's called a smear. So it's just like you're getting the hoop to orbit around you, and then you can start spinning with it. It makes it look really cool. Okay, so say we just learned a couple tricks. Waist hoop. At any time you want to stop your hoop, you can just boom, hands here, stop it. Then we'll go up to here, sideways. We'll do the weave. This one's a weave. I don't know if I'd named it, but there's all different variations to the weave as well. And then we stop here and isolate. This is a one-handed isolation. There's also a two-handed isolation. It gives you a little bit more control, but it does take more learning to get the muscle memory on both arms versus just the one arm. Then another good beginner trick with the weave, when you have the hoop coming down, thumb down, hoop coming down, you can hop through it. It's called a jump through. So we're going to go, my thumb's down, hop through it. Then with your waist hooping, once you get it down, your foot placement is really optional. You can have them open, staggered, front or back. You can even do a pitter patter. It's whatever feels good. The hips are in a circular type motion. But what is really happening is when the hoop touches me here, I'm pushing. And when the hoop touches my back, I'm pushing back. So it's more like a rock, but then you can add some circular motion to make it smoother. Like I said, it's all about personal preference. Okay, so like I said, spinning with it helps a lot. So don't forget that when it starts to go down on you, just spin with it and it helps. So then, if you're trying to transition, you're going to want to put your hand right here and go, once it's in your hand, go straight up with your arm. Okay? This takes a lot of practice, a lot of muscle memory. So we're going boom, up. And now we're in a lasso. You can do all kinds of stuff with a lasso. You can go low. You can go high. Then I usually, if I'm bringing the hoop back down, it's with my left arm. And voila, you have a transition. It takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of mistakes, and a lot of tweaking. But that's the beauty of hula hooping. is that it's pretty self-motivating because say you almost have that trick, you want to nail it. So you just keep trying and you keep trying and you actually work out for a little while longer. It's also a full body workout, so it's really good for the arms, the waist especially, and the legs. Full body. So let's see. What else could a beginner possibly want to know? Well, okay, this is one question. There's 3/4 inch tubing and 5/8. To the eye, it's very slight difference. You can see that this 3/4 is a little bit thicker. Okay, so it has a little bit more weight, which makes the rotation slower, gives you more time in between tricks to start learning. So 3/4 is recommended for beginners. 5/8 is a more advanced tubing. It's a little bit thinner, lighter, more responsive. So I recommend starting out with a 3/4 tubing for sure. It could be HD, PE, or Polypro. They are both really the same weight. HDP is a little bit more flexible and soft, so it can take blows a little bit better than the Polypro, but they're both very, very strong tubings. Then in diameter, depending on how tall you are, you want it to be in the range from where your belly button is to like an inch or two below that, maybe. So you can get a tape measure and measure from the floor up to your belly button to see about what size beginner hula hoop would be a good size for you. Whatever inches you measure will be a good inch diameter for you. If you're athletic and quick learner, you can go down a couple inches. If you're a little bit on the heavier side, a little bit thicker, like myself, you can go like an inch or two just to help the circular motion of the hula hoop going around your body. Then as a secondary hoop, any hoop that is going to be perfect for on body is going to feel pretty awkward off body. That's something that took me a long time to learn. So don't think that it's you. It could be the size of your hula hoop. So I would recommend getting a larger one in 3/4 for your on body, and then a smaller one in 3/4 or 5/8. Honestly, if you're curious, get the 5/8 in a range of diameter of 28 to 34. 28 being more challenging. 34 is really an intermediate beginner size. So that's on the bigger side of your secondary hoop naturally. So this one, because I'm petite, I like a small hoop for my off-body tricks. It just works more naturally with my shorter arms and makes it a little bit more fluid. It'll take you a while to figure out exactly what is your perfect size. You're going to go through a lot of hula hoops over time, but the good news is you don't have to have a gym membership for this. You can do this at home. You can do this watching TV. You can do this with your baby right there. You can do it literally anywhere. You can pick it up for 5 minutes before supper is about to end. So that's really the beauty of hooping is you can just pick it up. You hula hoop sitting in a corner somewhere in your room or maybe hanging up, grab it, just do a little something sometimes in the morning just to get my blood flowing. Grab my hoop, try to learn a new trick or two maybe. Get the brain and the body working. And over time, you can be an expert at this. It's also something for all ages. You can be young or elderly. You know, it doesn't matter how old you are. It's low impact, full body. And I haven't been in a gym in over 10 years. I have been fighting with post-COVID weight 5 years later, like everyone else. You know, it's like, it's just hard to maintain sometimes, but my hoop has definitely contributed to helping me do that. So I've been trying to be active, hoop at least 20 minutes, 3 days a week about. Like I said, you can do it morning, noon, or night. I even hoop on my lunch break sometimes at work, to be honest with you. It really gives you a lot of joy. It's almost like dancing. You want to treat your hula hoop like it's your dance partner. So that's kind of how I picture it. The hoop is really just an extension of yourself. And, you know, like for instance, some tricks I can literally do with my eyes closed. Like, it's just second nature at this point. It's repetition, and it's also just a lot of fun. I highly recommend it for anyone who's looking for, you know, mental health relief, physical fitness, or, you know, looking to improve their health status, or just looking to have fun, honestly, because who said hula hoops are just for kids? Most of the hoop community is very supportive, very nice. There's more of us than you would ever dream of. And most people stick with it. Non-athletes, people that don't normally work out just to work out, people stick with it because they love it. And it's a relief. Like I said, I hoop when I'm happy, I hoop when I'm sad, and I just love it. So I hope this helps. This is my first real live chat, so see you guys on the next one.